Hey everyone, this is Rihanna from A Frugal Life, and today we're going to be talking about frugal gifts for all occasions. So this is not just about Christmas, this could be birthdays, Easter, any holiday that you usually give a gift to a friend or a loved one. We're going to talk about how you can be frugal about that gift giving and still please your recipient of your gift. One of my absolute favorite YouTubers, Kate Kaden, just put out this amazing video on how to budget for gifts. So she tells you how to do a spreadsheet, what to prioritize and what not to prioritize. It's just a great video. It's pretty quick and worth watching. I will put the link down below, but her name is Kate Kaden. She's one of my favorite YouTubers again, and her video inspired me to give you some tips once you budget with her ideas on how to spend that money that you've budgeted. So here are some of the ideas that I've used over the years for gift giving in order to stay within that budget that I've determined and not to go into debt or go broke when gift giving time comes around. So one thing that people ask all the time is, how can I give a gift without looking cheap? Well, there are some things you can give that are from the heart, other things you can give that just look expensive, and some things you can give which are both. One of the things I do love to give and receive is artisanal food items. So bread, jams, pastries, things like that that are home baked by an artisan who specializes in these things can be purchased very inexpensively at local stores in your area. So if you have a local market that has their own bakery and produces something special to that bakery, you might give that. If you have a farmer's market, those are great places to buy amazing things like jams and jellies and salsas. They look expensive, but they usually are very inexpensive and they taste amazing. So another thing, if you live in an area that has them, is particularly like Pennsylvania, things like that, are Amish stores. They make some amazing preserves and things like that. You can give away specialty candies. Check out local stores and farmers markets in your area to see what kind of special things you can give to people that maybe don't live in your area, so don't get to experience those fun things. Number two, one of the things we have in our household is called the pet wall, and this is pets, both current and previous pets that we've had, that we dedicate a wall to in photos. And I have turned most of those photos into canvases, and I've done that through places like canvas.com and things like that, where they will take a picture that you have and they will turn into a beautiful art piece on canvas. So I always get coupons for these in the mail. So look on Groupon especially for photos, and you can get an 8x10 or 12x12 or even bigger canvas stretched picture with a photo of a loved one or a pet or something like that. They make beautiful, amazing gifts. I personally would love to receive those, and I love to give them as well, and you can get them for under $10 with shipping if you go to places like Groupon to get the Groupon first. Number three, so people think about making things like baked goods and crafts, but they never think about giving away their professional skills. So most people have some sort of skill that they use in their life. If you're a mechanic, if you're an accountant, a tax preparer, anything that you do, even if you're a teacher or a doctor or nurse or dentist, you have some profession that you make money at, right? Well, if you have those professional services that people usually pay for, give a gift certificate for your own services. People will definitely appreciate it. And a lot of the times, if you have a profession like that, then they're afraid to ask you for free services, so they are delighted if you give them out. If you're a photographer, a free mini photo session, things like that are amazing gifts to people. Give of yourself and your services that you already have in your repertoire of your skills, and then it doesn't cost you a thing, or maybe just materials. It is a super frugal gift and is really a benefit to your recipient. Number four, houseplants and succulents. So they can be expensive if you go to a nursery. However, if you plan ahead, you can get them for free or just the cost of the pot, or you can reuse things in your house or use dollar store pots. So look up succulents and how to cultivate them. You can actually get cuttings from other people's succulents or cuttings from Home Depot. Cuttings can be free all over the place, and you can actually go on groups that will tell you where to get them. You can grow your own succulents in really amazing upcycled planters and give them away. They look expensive and beautiful, and they add decor to your recipient's house, and they're very, very cheap if you grow them yourself. You just have to plan way ahead because it will take a little time to grow them to the point where they look giftable. So think ahead about succulents and houseplants and how you can grow them from cuttings. So back to hobbies. If you do crochet or knit or sew or anything like that, those of course are skills you want to use to give gifts of. Just make sure that the gifts you give are the things the recipients want to receive. So a lot of people don't decorate all the time with homemade things. It depends on what kind of decor you have, but people appreciate practical things. So if you can make a really beautiful, comfy pair of slippers, a scarf for somebody who lives in a snowy or cold area, face scrubbies make great gifts to both women and men and teenagers. There are all sorts of things you can make if you do yarn type hobbies, and there are things you can make also if you do other things, so painting and paper craft, anything like that. If you have the skill, you know what looks beautiful and what people would like to receive, and don't feel bad about giving it. That is your time that you're giving away, and time is worth money. People should appreciate the things that you give them, that you make. I personally love DIY and handmade items. I think they're very special, and people pay top dollar for them in artisan stores and stalls at flea markets and things like that. So don't be embarrassed to give away your handmade items that you've made at home. Number 6, let's say that you don't have any professional skills or hobby skills that you think would make great DIY items to give away. It is okay. Look up spice blend recipes online. Go to your local hardware store, not your craft store, not the dollar store, your local hardware store, and get tiny blue glass mason jars or clear glass mason jars. They're really pretty. They come in small sizes, and you can make spice blends at home. So you can buy the spices in bulk at local stores like Winco and places like that, or online, and make barbecue spice rubs, lemon pepper spice rubs, flavored garlic spice rubs, all sorts of spices and spice mixes, taco seasoning, ranch seasoning. All of these can be pre-made in little containers and given away as gifts, and it's actually a very lovely thing to give, especially to someone who likes to cook, because pre-made spice mixes in the store are incredibly expensive per ounce. So you're giving them something that's both fun and practical. Number 7, one year I gave cookbooks to everyone. I know somebody else who gave cookbooks to everyone one year. I personally love cookbooks, and there's usually a cookbook you can find for everyone. Even somebody who doesn't cook a lot, maybe they barbecue. There's cookbooks for people that don't cook at all using canned goods. So cookbooks can be had, very lovely cookbooks, hardbacks and things like that, very inexpensively. Look all year round at places like the dollar store, Big Lots, Ross, clearance sections at Barnes & Noble and Borders. Thrift stores lots of times will have new cookbook sections. So look all year long for cookbooks, and when you pick it up, think about what type of person might like that one. So you can package up cookbooks with utensils or pot holders from the dollar store or things like that, and they make very nice, lovely gifts that people appreciate so much. So number 8 should be a unique one, and that is framed art. If you are not an artist yourself, it is okay. Go to Fiverr. I will put the link down below. Fiverr is a place where you can buy art anywhere from $5 and up, custom made. So one year, my brother and his fiance were very into zombies. It was the time of zombies. They loved the genre, they loved the books, they loved art, all of it. And I actually paid somebody on Fiverr to take their photos and turn them into cartoon zombies. It was very inexpensive. I framed them with frames from Ross. It was a great inexpensive custom gift. They put them on their wall and they adored that gift. If your friends and family don't like zombies, it's okay. You can have people on Fiverr draw pictures of their pets. You can turn your mom and dad into superheroes. Look up art, custom art on Fiverr, and there are all sorts of things you can get under $20, under $10, sometimes even for $5, just depending on how elaborate and custom you want the art to be. So it turns into a beautiful gift that you can frame and give away to anyone. Number 9, this is particularly for my mom. It's just a hint, so mom, listen to number 9. But if you are an amazing cook, like my mom, then you might want to make freezer meals for people. So there are places like Dream Dinners and stuff like that where you have to go and pay $15 to $12 to pre-make your own freezer meal in little containers or containers for 4, put them in the freezer and then cook them later. So it is a nice gift to give to somebody if you're a great cook. So look up freezer meals, make things like chicken marsala, spaghetti bakes, lasagna bakes, enchiladas, anything that can put them in a 12-inch pan or an 8-inch pan. Freeze it. Make sure you use disposable pans from the dollar store, cover it up and put directions on it on a pre-printed index card that looks really pretty, and it is a great, amazing gift. The only thing about this one is it's not really something you wrap, so you have to tell the person that you're bringing it over so they have freezer space and give it to them. But this one, maybe not for Christmas. This is great if somebody's having a baby or just getting married and they don't have time when they get back from the honeymoon. Maybe they purchased a new house. These are amazing things to give to people who don't have a lot of time. They can pop them in their freezer and they will think about you every time they pull them out to eat them. Number 10, going back to pictures. In addition to the canvas prints, you can also do amazing things with pictures. So people keep thousands of pictures on their cell phones nowadays. You can even pull pictures from Facebook on other people's Facebook sites with their permission, or ask them from pictures of their kids. They will love to give them to you, and you can put them on things like coffee mugs, aprons, mouse pads, blankets, all sorts of things. I just had a friend who posted an amazing blanket his kids gave him with all of their pictures on it, and he adored it. So the biggest thing is not to pay full price for these. If you go to shutterfly.com, I will put the link down below, and put in your email address. They will send you gift codes all the time. Free item, just pay shipping. 50% item, no shipping. All sorts of coupon codes. Or just pop shutterfly.com coupon code into Google, and you will get tons of things every single time you put it in. They have new deals every week, every month, sometimes every day. So you can get really nice, gorgeous things for under $20 that are completely personalized with text, dates if you want to do an anniversary, and pictures. And these make beautiful gifts to give to people all year round. Next, we're going back to, if you have a few skills and you don't want to pay a lot, you can make flavored things for people. In addition to the spice mixes, you can make flavored sugars, vanilla sugar, cinnamon sugar. These make amazing things for breakfast, French toast, powdered sugars. You can flavor. I would suggest flavoring the confectionery sugar. It's a little easier than the powdered sugar if you don't have the skills to do it, but people love those flavored sugars put up in jars. The other thing you can do is flavored salt, so garlic salt, onion salt, lemon pepper, lemon salt, all sorts of things can be flavored. I actually have a video link down below of Mary's Kitchen. I forgot her exact YouTube channel, but she makes amazing flavored salts and things like that. So I will put her link down below if you want to do that. Those ones are really fun to give to people that cook, as well as flavored olive oils. So infused olive oils take a little while to infuse, so you want to pre-plan ahead for this one. Maybe this is ahead of time for somebody's anniversary or wedding or Christmas or whatever. But flavored olive oil is also a great gift, and you can get the olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, at places like Grocery Outlet in big tins, decanted into smaller jars or smaller bottles, and then give it as gifts. Number 12, super easy. It is the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I will put the link to that book down below. It is not an affiliate link. Do not get anything if you purchase this book. I personally love it. It has a little bit of a misleading title. It makes you think it's a get-rich-quick book. It is not. It has solid, good advice about money, and it is something that you want to give to somebody of any age. So whether you're 20 years old and just going off to college, or 50 years old and trying to rack up an emergency spending account or a 401k, this is a great book to start with for people that don't know a lot about finances. So if they're not an investment advisor already, if they're not a financial planner already, this book is okay to give. It is a cool book. You can patch it together with something like a coupon book or something like that, and it makes a fun gift to give for any occasion. So that's it. I hope you like this one. Remember, if you haven't watched it, go to Kate Kaden's video. She is not collabing officially with me on this. I'm just calling her out because I love her and I loved that video, and her link is down below. And always, if you like videos like this on personal finance, side hustles, and living your very, very best life on less money, not more money, please hit that subscribe button down below. It means a lot to me. Something like 86% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribers. So why are you watching and not subscribing? If you're watching this video and you've gotten to the end, there is no reason that you shouldn't subscribe and watch the next video, right? As always, if nobody has told you how very, very special you are so special to me. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I love reading all of your comments, and I love all of you. I cannot wait to talk to you again in my next video.